morning, noon, afternoon, evening, and night to all. Welcome to ATS Cast. This is your neighborhood dude Jude, your host, and with me is the rest of the ATS Heartbeat. So, say what's up, Abid?
Hello, as Jude pointed out, I am in fact Abid. I'm 23 in Toronto, Canada, and I'm a university student and degenerate League of Legends player. But I didn't say that. Anyway, Aaron, how about you?
What's up? My name is Aaron. I'm 22 this year, and I'm a university student in Malaysia. What's up? What's up? Nami?
Oh, what's going on, people? Is Amir here? Man's repping the Pac-12 today because of the NCAA tournament. Big up Evan Mobley of the USC. How are you going, Jason?
I'm pretty good. My name is Jason. I am 22, and I'm currently in Malaysia. Good to be back on the podcast.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Amir and Jason, it's been a while, huh? Since you guys have been in the regular session. But with that, Abid started us off with the degeneracy. That was one of his key words that he used for his introduction today. And I think we'll be
I don't
highlighting this
remember
a
that.
bit.
I don't remember
We'll
saying
be
that.
highlighting this a
He
bit
said
I
he
don't know
played
what you
League
know.
or
in
something.
this
Yeah.
episode. But yeah, anyway, we have been at home for the past year, and one of the most common activities that people have been doing is watching. And as people as are glued to their sofas or binge watching, there are a myriad of things to choose from when regards to watching TV. But what's relevant, especially as cinemas open up worldwide, are that a few of the headline releases in these cinemas are anime movies. Although I don't watch anime in my spare time, a lot of us do. And with that, let's start off by asking ourselves, what is our favorite anime? Excluding me, because I don't watch anime. But yes,
Ooh, favorite
what is our
anime.
Uh,
Okay, I'll go first if you guys don't mind. Um, my favorite anime would have to be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I watched this when I was younger, and I have a lot of memories surrounding it. And also, when I watched it when I got a bit older, I realized that it's like a very well-made anime. So I'd have to say that.
for me, it's Toilet no Hanako-san versus. No, I'm joking. Don't look that up. Don't look that up.
Why do I know
It's a
that?
good anime.
Why do I know
It's a good
that?
anime.
Don't look that up. Anyway, I'm pretty basic, dude. Actually, I think my favorite anime of all time now would. It's a hard tie between Yu Yu Hakusho and Tokyo Ghoul. Personally,
Yeesh.
Amir, how about you?
Uh, hmm, all time. I think that's a tricky question by itself because there's so many. uh, I'll go for one which I started with, which was Violet Evergarden, which was like second year of college, and then most recently is Kimetsu no Yaiba. Yo, maybe I'm riding the hype, but you know, they're just doing it right.
True.
How about you, Jason? I feel like you're excited about this topic as well.
Yeah, I'm really picky with anime, and my favorite would be Kimetsu no Yaiba, no doubt. Um, it's really people say they'll be riding the hype train, but I think I found the anime after the hype kind of died down for the anime. So yeah, my favorite would be Demon Slayer for
I
sure.
take full credit in convincing you to watch that, by the way.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
And I take full credit in
Full
convincing
credit to
Aaron
Aaron.
to watch the anime.
Wait, really?
So it was like me convincing Josh, and then Josh convincing you, and then you convincing Jason, and Jason convincing Zoe, right? I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
it's a whole ass chain.
Yeah, you're right. Damn.
I
Oh.
somehow convinced Zoe, huh? Crazy.
very catchy thing, huh? The power of anime. Well, I mean, I excluded myself, but I've only watched one anime in my life, and I think that's borderline anime called Naruto. Very good, yeah.
What do you mean,
But
dude? You watched Pingu, dude.
What you mean?
Oh,
Anime,
Pingu,
dude.
You didn't watch
Pingu,
Pokemon?
Pingu.
Do you not watch Pokemon?
I did not watch Pokemon, Jason.
No,
I
you
think
did not,
we
dude.
can have this
Oh.
conversation for another episode because Pokemon
Yeah,
is an
we'll
interesting
flame him
topic.
a different one, dude.
Yeah,
We'll flame
Pokemon.
Wait, you haven't watched
But
Koi in the House? That's great anime. Anyway.
what?
Dude, what about That's a Raven? That's a
That's
banger
a-
anime.
Dude, yeah, facts. Miley Cyrus?
I've watched a few Studio Ghibli movies. I think that still doesn't count as anime, right? But anyway, back to topic. What do you guys think makes anime, appealing and easy to convince your friends to watch as well? Because for a person who doesn't watch anime, right? Like, another way to make this question easier to understand is how would you convince me to watch anime? A person who doesn't watch it.
Oh, you easy, bro. Yo, Jud. There's characters that look like Hinata. Haha.
Understood.
Come watch. Understood. Understood. Have a good day. Look like Tsunade, bro. Sorry, Tsunade.
So
boy.
just like so.
Done
So-
deal.
Anyway, let's not make
Send
it
me the
about
link
me.
now.
Let's make it the generic non-anime watch.
So you.
Yes.
Understood.
So you.
That is also
Yes.
me. Yes, understood.
Well, obviously, again, it depends on the person I'm talking to. But for the most part, I mean, usually I recommend anime based off of what's in the anime more so than anything else. Because some anime are for some people and some aren't. And I mean, that applies to movies, TV shows, everything in life, basically. Um, so I guess I look at what the topic or the core of the anime is and then try to sell it to people essentially. And then there's some anime like like you have your Naruto's, your Boku no Hero, your all those that are just like crazy. You love the characters. There's a nice storyline about some underdog character that you want to win. Um, and I think that's just a topic that everyone can relate to. So I guess that's where a big part of the appeal in anime lies. I mean, the biggest part or appeal to anime for me, in my opinion, is that anime fundamentally it contains very like humanistic qualities. Even if it's something as crazy as aliens are invading this and that, you see at the core of it, it's about people growing, people achieving their dreams and getting better and stuff, and it shows people's progression really, whether that be as people, as Sergeant Kororo and his group of aliens, or whatever else you have.
Banger anime, by the
So
way.
yeah, bang. Highly recommended. Honestly, I will recommend Sergeant Kororo to anyone in the world, dude. That shit slap.
Facts.
Amir, how about you?
I'll just top up to what you said. How I'll convince people to watch anime. There's so many subcategories for anime that I feel though. I feel like you'd enjoy one at least by itself. There's shonen where it's fighting, the fighting anime is shoujo where it's romance, isekai where it's like you've been teleported to another world, and then there's harem animes which you might enjoy.
Banger. Everyone enjoys those.
I feel though like there will be a part of you that will find an anime that's not even just the mainstream that you just be attuned with, where it just makes it a more unique experience or like overall in a way, because not everyone's experience is the same. Like you might enjoy the same things with your friends, but there you have you like create some niches um that truly explore your tastes more often than not, and I feel like anime gives you a chance to I don't know I don't know how to put it, but it gives you a chance to find shows that really gels with you, like modern TV, for example. Like right now, there's a formula for it, right? And it's kind of getting stagnant, especially if you start off with it. But with animes, I feel as though if it's a new, just a new adventure, and you be just enjoying life once again, just from the variety in the categories of animes that exist. Eh, Anyone wants to add up to that?
Um, I think I'd have to echo what you both are saying, and I think one point that you touched on that I really agree with, Amir, has to be the you talked about it being like a new adventure, and I think for me personally, the appeal of anime comes from the fact that it's not limited by a certain formula. It's not limited by like if you look at a TV show or a movie, right? They're limited by the extent of their CGI, how what they can do with real settings and props and stuff like that. But when it comes to anime, like you can go into an anime, it can be the craziest shit, and you can never see any of that in a movie, you know, or you can never see any of that done well in a movie, just because of how creative and how, um, you know, it's just how much flexibility artists and animators have over their product, and it's just really entertaining to watch as well. Like, I can be watching an anime about, high school, and then I can switch over to an anime about, you guys talking about aliens and stuff. Yeah, like an anime about aliens, about ghosts, about sci-fi, right? About detectives. So it's there's so much creativity and there's so much flexibility to that like what the other two were saying before, you can find an anime that you would like even if you normally don't watch anime. There has to be one anime or one genre or one series that you would enjoy because there's just so many different types of anime out there. Yeah. Jason?
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot for me. There is a lot of different types of anime out there, as Amir mentioned, with isekai, shonen, and etc. romance and whatever. Um, it's just it's just the appeal to me mainly is um out of friends' recommendation, and the anime style, as well, and the story. I mean, just as to how, like, I approach movies or any other TV shows. But for anime, it's a little different for me because certain um drawing styles can throw me off and be too much for me, and whereas some you know just hits perfectly, and it's very, very eye catching. And that example could be for Demon Slayer. And full credit to Aaron for recommending me the anime, and as well as other movies like the Kimi no Nawa series. Not Kimi no Nawa series, my bad. Yeah, but I forgot who's the director.
Makoto Shinkai, right? Is it?
Shinkai. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shinkai.
Shinkai.
Shinkai movies in general are very well animated. Um, at least in my opinion, they're very aesthetically very pleasing, and that's what draws me in. And of course the plot too, but mainly the anime style for me. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I understand the diversity in regards to anime and how it's not that hard for one person to immediately find a show of their liking. But what's substantially differentiated from Western cartoon depictions of like movies and such, right? Because there is a difference. Like even as a person who doesn't watch anime, there's a quality difference in a sense, right? I think people get more emotionally attached with animes more often than not compared to the Western counterparts. Is that a thing, guys, or is it just a false perception from an outsider?
Sorry, what was that again?
Compared to Western animated series, for example,
Okay.
I feel like there's more of an emotional connection to no, and it's easier to get an emotional connection to anime compared to the Western
Oh,
counterparts. Yeah.
I thought it just gets in tune because most animes are linked with manga as well. So I just think when the writing is exceptional, it help forges the chemistry of the characters and helps viewers be more in tune with the anime itself. And it also happens with Western um, animation depictions as well, but like you said, it's not as often or not. But really, I feel that everything that goes to anime, like you could see the hard work of the animators being put through, all the writers, all the directors. So I don't know how they do it exactly. Like it's very hard to put words to it, but yeah, yeah.
I kind of get what
I
you're
get it.
saying actually.
Mm.
Like you see through the animation, like it's also the passion that the director and the
Ah,
animators
yes,
have
yes,
for the project.
yes.
I think if you're comparing Western animations to like Japanese anime and even nowadays Chinese animations, right? Um, I feel more so for Japanese anime. I think it's more ingrained into their culture and their lifestyle almost, that there's more of an importance. Like if you think of Western animations, and like I hate to generalize this, but it is a common misconception that animations are tend to be for younger people, especially for children. And you don't really see, at least in the past, you don't really see many um, animation series that are tailored towards older people, right? Whereas in Japan, I'm sure a large majority of people that watch anime, or maybe not a large majority, but there's still a lot of people that watch anime that are a lot older. And anime is kind of like a universal thing regardless of age, because there's certain animations that are tailored for a mature audience, and there's some that are tailored for a younger audience. Um, so I think it's more so the biggest difference would be just its place in culture and its importance as well as its target audience. What about you, Jason?
Yeah, echoing your sentiment. I'm a I'm also a huge Pixar fan. Um, and but I see the difference between the two animation styles as of recent, because I feel like I could appreciate more um, the animation styles in Japanese animation more than um, Western animation, just because most of it is still, not to say that Western animation is not hand drawn, but I could feel like, as what Aaron said, echo, like um what was it again?
The passion.
Yeah, the passion behind animation, and it's a lot more satisfying to watch compared to Western. Western is nowadays is mostly CG. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but other than that, I think um, you have, also agreeing with Aaron's point with how anime is tailored to certain audiences. I see some people, actually, younger kids like watching mature anime. Like, for example, I don't know if Cowboy Bebop is an example for mature anime, or Hellsing,
Hellsing
or
is definitely fucking mature anime, dude.
yeah, or Elfen Lied, whatever you pronounce that. Those are certain animes that I've heard that younger generations today are watching, and it really is tailored. You might think it's like tailored to mature audiences, but I think everyone's watching it now because it's just part of their culture, and there's so many different types of genres too. So I think that's what amazes me about Japanese animations and different drawing styles. So yeah, that's definitely the catch there for me.
Yeah, I mean, I won't make my thing too long because I feel like I'll just be repeating what everyone's already said. But I think the direction towards an audience is very much different, and that's fundamentally what it is. Like Aaron said at the very beginning, like in the West, perception is, oh, it's for kids, it's for teenagers, it's for younger people, whereas anime, it can span from, it can reach you if when you're 10, it can hit you when you're fucking 50. It doesn't really matter. um, and it's very catered to the audience, in my opinion, more so than oh, here's. Don't get me wrong, for sure they're trying to sell this. Um, they're trying to sell a storyline to you, but in the West, it's more so here's a product I'm trying to sell to you. Whereas in anime in general, and that culture, it's here's a storyline that I want you to be absorbed in, focus on, and be a part of, an experience almost. Um, and I feel it's more in detail too. Again, like we'll probably discuss it at some point, but like One Piece is how many episodes in 700, whatever, and that's just the creator fleshing out the storyline over years and years and years. Um, and I guess comics and stuff are doing similar things, but it's still the same fundamental storyline that they're expanding in their own ways. Whereas stuff, in my opinion, anime is more so you kind of see what's happening as it's progressing, and then you're just learning about the storyline as it goes along. So yeah, I guess yeah, that's probably it.
Huh. I mean, yeah, I can see the differences, however subtle or however obvious they are. But there's also things in anime, especially within the Japanese culture itself, as one of y'all alluded, since it's so ingrained in the culture, there are things that are really, really difficult to replicate in the Western world or in any other form of media. And I think one that stands out, Hatsune Miku, right? She is a pop idol. Would you consider her anime? Was she based off an anime series?
The original
That's
VTuber did.
yeah. Is she? I don't think she was. I mean,
She got turned into an anime manga thing, right?
yeah, I don't think she
Oh.
got based off an anime.
She was created to be a pop star, a virtual pop star. And
I see. So it's the other way around.
She was a
But
virtual pop star, and then she got
Yeah.
adapted into otaku and manga culture.
She would be
which
considered a
is
Vocaloid, not really an
which
anime
is
person.
which is a really good transition to manga itself, as you know, anime and manga are usually interrelated, right? Whenever there's a manga, if it's popular enough, there's usually an associated anime. So, uh, is it a mutually exclusive thing to be popular in one? You immediately be popular with another, or what's the manga culture like?
I used
Or at
to
least, what
I
are you?
used to watch a lot of manga read a lot of manga back in the day, and you can definitely see uh, a very obvious trend when the source material, whether it be mangas or light novels, do really well. The fan base is usually very loyal, and they'd follow the manga as well as if it comes out with a series, an anime series. But like for example, Kimetsu no Yaiba has a really successful manga, and because of that, when it first came out in as an anime, of course, it draws a lot of attention because of its amazing quality and animation style. But there's a lot of people already excited to watch the anime because the manga is so good, right? So I think that's kind of a recurring trend. But then you also have situations where animes deviate from the manga or the source material, and for the sake of efficiency, time, because they have to cut scenes and stuff like that, and then the anime doesn't do as well because people were expecting it to be exactly like the manga. So you have different scenarios, but I would say from what I've seen and what I've watched and read, animes that have successful source material usually tend to do really well, unless it's like I don't know, like a God of High School type beat. But besides that, it's usually a proven formula, I think. So yeah.
Hmm. Referencing going back to the manga culture, I feel like I joined pretty late, which is like 2018, which is the same time I joined anime. But back when I was in high school, I'd say I was kind of a closet manga reader because I just read Naruto basically, and I don't know. Back then, it felt more pressuring to share your experiences as a manga reader. Back then, I feel like you get judged as well. Like not as much as anime back then because it's I feel like for the culture it was understandable that people watch animations, but for manga, you know, um, there was just this. like the black mirror that gives a negative perception on to people. Um, that being said, I think that 98% of animes is being built on manga as well, like the adaptations. There are some bad ones, or the ones that are not faithful to the mangas. You can point to Fruit Basket from years ago. This anime just got re re refurbished or rebranded. I forgot the term, but yeah. Um, I, it's possible for anime to flourish without the manga. Like you can see Violet Evergarden, which didn't have a manga to refer to be
Mhm.
successful. But I just think, like what Aaron said, is just a successful formula that it it makes it makes it so difficult for like creators who like writers who want to delve into anime but hasn't gotten experience in manga to flourish. So in some ways, it's like there is a route that you have to take to get into anime in a way, as a writer at least. So yeah, that's my experience as a manga reader. Who that go next?
Um, in terms of anime versus manga, I think I agree with both Aaron and Amir saying that majority of the anime comes from the manga. Like they stem off the population of the manga, and they are obviously great adaptations and bad adaptations. Um, would should I consider Tokyo Ghoul as a bad adaptation? In terms of the second season, but
Hey, we don't talk about Re, bro. We move on. We move on.
as you guys heard from Abed's reaction, yeah, that's definitely an example. But I think um personally I started reading manga very late. As a matter of fact, actually last year only. But I think this year was the one like the only time that I really like took the time to read manga because I don't the last time I read it was probably Naruto. Um
Gang gang.
yeah, but I just recently finished the whole Demon Slayer manga and I could tell like the difference between the anime as well as the manga. I think it's again it just it goes back to the conversation between like no like popular movies and their novels. So like the Harry Potter series or the Twilight series. Um, so it's more about the imagination you're getting you use from reading compared to how they adapt it in the anime. And I guess I understand why anime fans are more excited to see the adaptation of the manga come to real life because from there you can see what sometimes you don't understand, at least for me. I don't understand what are the action scenes going on in a manga unless I see any anime. um so and seeing how they take it, the direction they take is also definitely um the factor for me. And of course, like Aaron said, I'm not sure how the Demon Slayer manga performed, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty good, and that's
It did
how.
really well.
Yeah, if it did pretty well, and it definitely it definitely got readers excited. That's why it garnered more attention. So yeah, it definitely comes. If I were to choose though, I would still choose anime. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay, as the guys have pointed out on multiple instances now, you know, most anime is adapted from the manga and stuff. And what's really interesting or fascinating to me is that part that Amir was talking about, how people, you know, when we were reading mangas in high school or stuff, people would talk about it less because it wasn't as cool. And I think that's just anime culture as a whole. If you know, we've progressed a lot. You could talk about how reading was seen as something super nerdy, and people who would read manga would be the ultimate nerd because they're reading about like drawings, like cartoons and stuff. Again, quote unquote cartoons. So it's really interesting always to see that progression. I personally am not the biggest anime watcher or manga reader. Like I've watched a few here and there, and honestly, it all goes back to that fundamental thing about what Jason most recently said about the Twilight series and Harry Potter. But by the way, I'm surprised you didn't mention Lord of the Rings or Hunger Games before you mentioned Twilight. But anyway, um,
Iconic.
about truly
Yes.
about
Yes.
how you know having this source material that is writing that is more in depth and having a visual aid to that is whether that's anime, whether that's a movie, whether that's a TV show, whatever it may be, is 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 very advantageous, I guess. And I think what anime does in particular beautifully is that they really stick well to what the original author or creator puts down on pen and paper. And I think that's, again, this is going back to the fundamental difference thing again, I guess. But I think the biggest difference between anime and manga for me was always that is that manga is very in depth. Anime is like, like a 30-minute rendition of what happened in that chapter or a couple of chapters. So it's always interesting to see that. And I personally enjoy it for that reason. And it's always cool, you know. Hey man, we all love anime, we all love manga. But again, as Jason said earlier, the Tokyo Ghoul manga, bro, it was really good, and then kind of fucked
Yeah.
everything up.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. We move. Move,
sounds,
Jude. Let us move.
sounds like a bad time. Anyway, I think this topic itself culminates to one very, very important question in regards to anime, right? So, sub or dub?
There's not even a question.
Sub.
Understood.
Sub.
So
Give your
yeah.
argument.
We have a consensus.
Sub.
If you watch
I
dub,
love.
you deserve to freaking go rot in
Whoa,
hell.
whoa. Okay,
Oh, damn.
yo,
Yeah.
Abed does not speak for us, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
No.
Yeah.
Actually,
Other
I
than
should go with
that,
that.
Kind
Yo,
of
whoa,
aggressive, dude.
relax. Let me put the disclaimer. That was a meme. I'm just trying to sound like every serious person on the internet
Yeah.
about the sub versus the. But in reality, though, still, yeah, sub
Yeah,
player.
yes, that is you. Right?
I think
Actually, yeah, I blame my friend because he listens. Watches dubs. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I think I know some people that like actually seriously watch dub, and their justifications have always been like, oh, they get distracted, they can't really like read subtitles and watch anime at the same time. And to that, I kind of sympathize with you because if you haven't been watching anime for a long enough time, or you haven't been watching shows that have subtitles, then you may not be used to it. But like, come on, man, like the Japanese, like the subs and like the Japanese voice work is so like they're also talented that like it's like when you watch Naruto subbed, like the characters and the voices are all perfect. Then when you watch it dubbed, it's like, oh, Sasuke, why did you do that? It's so bad, dude. It's so
It also
bad.
sounds very cringe because it's kind of lost in translation, right? The effect that you get from a
Yeah.
subbed series or whatever.
doesn't
Yeah.
sound natural.
You kind of lose it. It doesn't sound as exactly.
Especially
like,
when the
Sasuke,
characters
why'd
are
you do that? It's
kids.
like Sasuke Nani. It's like, oh yes, yeah, that's what you have.
Yeah. Especially because like when you hear what do you call it, like when the character is a kid and you hear them in like Japanese, it like you kind of get they're a kid, but it doesn't really hit. It's not like a cringy kid. But then when you hear like a English like dubbed of like a kid character and he actually sounds like a 6-year-old, then it kind of pisses me off sometimes. But yeah, I would say sub for sure.
I'd say it's up to you, but everyone has the choice, which makes it such a unique experience as a whole. English voice actors are no slouches either. I've listened to it, and it's actually pretty good too. But probably not at the Japanese level, the Japanese VA levels. But I mean, if you're just normalized to the dubs from the start, I think you just keep on going, and I don't think there's an issue with that whatsoever. It's just it's just the same form of enjoyment for everyone involved.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, subs definitely takes the dub for. Haha, get you
Sub
see
takes the
it.
dub. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I think it's also like it goes down to the emotions poured into the anime because like it's just not natural, at least in my perspective. I gave dub a try just to see how it feels like, and it's completely I was just laughing the whole time because I couldn't take it seriously. Like take take like the character pronunciations for example. You have Nezuko versus Nezuko, like like the pronunciation is just so funny to me. Um, but there's a lot of I think for me the only dub exception would be Naruto and who played the voice actor who plays Naruto. Like
Thank you.
I think it's a she too, by the way.
Yeah.
I found out. So
Yes, that is
so
true.
yeah, so I was like, oh wow, like she did a pretty good job. So that's the only exception I could take in terms of dub. Yeah.
And that's crazy. I like how you reminded me of Naruto because that's the only thing that I could relate to this entire topic.
Yes,
Naruto,
sir. Also,
Sasuke.
yo, real quick, Crunchyroll is better than Funimation. Don't ask me.
Ooh,
Wait, that's
Oh
cap.
no,
That's
that is cap.
cap.
That
Lately,
is
is
Funimation
so
is
yo
way
Henry,
cap.
high.
yo,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the reaction
That
I
is
just
so
wanted, dude.
fucking
That's
cap,
the
dude.
reaction
It
I
used to
wanted.
be Crunchyroll over Funimation
I,
though.
I just
When?
wanted people to react.
When?
It was, yo, it was for
It
sure,
was
and you
100%.
don't be.
Come on.
Y'all
It was.
Crunchyroll fanboys, dude. I got it.
No, no, no. Crunchyroll in the middle was dominating, and then Funimation really stepped up.
I mean, maybe at the beginning, dude. Funimation has been dropping bangers, dude.
Funimation over.
Wait, you're calling us Crunchyroll fanboys, homie? You sounding like a Funimation fanboy.
Yeah, I'm a Funimation
So,
fanboy. So what? Who's
fine.
asking, huh?
Okay, bro. Okay, very nice, very nice.
Dang. With that was an interesting, what, past 40 minutes in regards to anime. Although it feels very interesting to, not, I'll give a better word. It feels very disorienting as a person who doesn't watch anime, right? To be like, oh, this is what anime does, and you're like, yeah, this is actually what it does. That's crazy. That's crazy. Basically, I was just thinking that's crazy the entire time. But I think you guys gave a really succinct statement on what anime is and what differentiates it from the rest, which is, I think, the thing that I wanted to hear. And I think the important thing that a lot of people who don't watch anime would want to hear as well.
Mhm.
But with that, there are some scenes which we can classify as gorish or disgusting in animes. And I've seen certain clips of it, although I don't watch anime at its full. There are certain snippets that used as memes as such, and it exudes the disgust out of the person who watches it. With that, we relate it to our question of the week because this question is also pretty disgusting, straight up disgusting. But the question is: there's a 1 by 1 meter room. Okay, I'll give the dimensions of the room for specificity. But would you rather sit in that room with 10 spiders or with 100 cockroaches?
Huh.
Cockroaches, not even close. Wait,
10 spiders.
wait.
10 spiders.
As someone with arachnophobia,
Mhm.
cockroaches, but at the same time, I can probably kill 8 spiders faster, so probably spiders.
Yeah,
Wait,
10
wait. What
spiders,
kind of
100
spiders?
cockroaches.
What kind of spiders?
What kind of spiders is what I was about to
Spiders.
also
Oh,
ask.
that's a very
Are
interesting
they
question.
poisonous? If they are, fuck that. I will take the cockroaches.
If there's
Well,
10
the deal is that most people don't really know if a spider is poisonous or not at first glance, right? So imagine you're just transported into a random room. Would you rather be in that random room with 10 spiders or 100 cockroaches?
Wow,
Make it simple.
sounds
Because
like
if I say,
sounds like isekai.
Oh my god.
oh really? I don't watch. Oh, glad
You get hit by a
Is that
truck
an
and you just
anime?
wake up in a
Okay,
room.
is that an anime?
There's a category where you get teleported to the
Oh,
wolf.
beautiful, beautiful. So it does relate to our topic. But yes, Abid already answered, right? Would you like
Okay.
to respond? Abid?
Well, what would you pick actually?
Me?
Yes.
100 cockroaches. I think it's
Yeah,
just because I'm
dude, easier
more
to kill.
attuned.
Dude,
Also,
honestly, spiders are easier to kill than 100, dude. Yeah, cockroaches.
yeah, but I've seen
Exactly,
more
dude.
cockroaches. Like
Same
it's
here.
it's not
Same.
as like life, life remembering for me. But yeah, the rest of you guys.
I don't know, man. If you've been to Subang, bear cockroaches.
Yeah, then
For
you'd be
real,
worried
dude.
about rats, homie, not.
I'll
Yeah,
say
more
spiders
random.
because I'm assuming I have no weapon to like fend myself off, so it's just my bare hands. And 100 cockroaches seems very. They seem like proper bastards. So yeah, spiders.
Damn, you just called the cockroaches proper bastards, though. Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. How big is the room?
1 by 1 meter.
Whoa, what?
Did.
You're
Oh,
in a
100
coffin, dog.
cockroaches there?
1 by 1 meter is small, but like yeah, it's not like it would
Yeah,
kill
but
you.
100 cockroaches. That means there's a pile of cockroaches.
Bro,
I mean, there's a pile of cockroaches.
Also
That means there's a
asking,
pile of cockroaches.
we're forgetting a key factor here. Can the cockroaches, do they have wings, or are we
Do they
talking
fly?
about-
Dude,
Hey,
they
let's make the
fly 'em
question
out,
simple.
dog.
Let's make the question simple. It's spiders or cockroaches, and I think me and Abid agreed on cockroaches, while Amir spiders. So it's Aaron and Jason
I would say spiders. If I go, I go.
spiders, because the multiplicity, it's just 100 is too
Yeah,
much.
like I'm not a fan of cockroaches.
But yeah, that's what I thought about when thinking this question. Sorry, Jason, you go with your response first, so we have a full picture.
Oh, spiders. If not, because like I think
Spiders.
the number is a factor too. But hey, man, if I can if if I can beat the spiders, or fuck it, dude, I'll just let them bite me, dude. Whatever.
Huh.
Huh.
It's a good thing I didn't mention if it's poisonous or not, but I hope it isn't if you ever find yourselves in that situation. But yeah, I conjure this question with the thought that, 10 spiders versus 100, right? Like, surely the spiders, right? Then I really hesitated to pick the spider. I don't have, like, a fear of spiders. It's just, I'm more used to seeing cockroaches. Like, 100 is like, bro, nice house we got there. Whereas 10 spiders, like, where am I, It's more world disorienting in my opinion. But yeah, those are interesting answers. It's 4-2 in favor of a room of spiders. That is interesting. And with that, let's go straight to our song of the week.
Yes, sir.
So let's go. Who would like to start off? Who usually starts off? I'm having short-term memory also.
I'll
Yeah.
just go. Yeah, Justin Bieber back with a new album that he should have dropped instead of Changes.
Changes never happen.
Changes never happened. The song is called Too Much. Really good song. Go peep.
Yes.
Song?
My go-to song. Oh, yeah. My go-to song would have to be Sisyphus by Sisyphus. Is that how it's pronounced? By Quadeca. Banger list. Banger
Yes,
song.
sir.
So yeah, we have options, Jude. So this hinges on this question: Are you a sub guy or are you a dub guy?
I'm definitely. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't answer that, but I should have thought. Yeah, I'm very sub. Like I feel like it's not
okay.
authentic when it's dubbed.
Yeah,
But yeah.
can tell you're in the dom.
Yeah, for real.
Sub.
That's easy then.
I
So
see. I like that. I like that wordplay. Thank you. Go on, Ami. Song of the week, not Jude's preference.
That matters too, I'll go. Radwim's just made a new song, a new album.
Yes,
Maybe.
sir.
I'm going
Banger.
for Itoa. If you don't know who Radwims are, they are the what's it? The band for the Shinkai movies. Yeah. So it's
Shinkai.
masterpieces.
Why do you say Shinkai like that? Anyway.
Makoto Shinkai.
My song recommendation would be The Way That You See Me by Pofu. It's a good song. And Pofu and Roseboy hit different. So yeah.
And,
Oh wait, do you not hear it, Amir? Or
wait,
Pofu.
Pofu.
Oh
This is
my
not
god.
garbage
my
chat, by the
bad.
way. I don't know. I don't know if the listeners like, wait, Jason's talking to someone. It's crazy. Anyway, to end this off, my song of the week is by Rose. Gone, because
Wow,
Day is
dude.
gone.
Who would have known?
Yeah, wow. Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I'm saying is when the Wendy album comes out, it's gonna
Yo, it's over for Jude, dude. It's over for Jude and Jason, dude. It's done.
and me too. Yo, she's my bias.
Yeah,
that's
but,
crazy.
Like, you know what I mean?
Wait, that's Cap. I thought it's meant Lisa.
They're
Anyway,
different groups. Anyway.
it's a wrap With like, or we can debate
Wait,
about
what?
Blackpink
Oh,
member. Oh my God, it's a anyway. Thank you to all for once again tuning in to the 10th ATS cast of the season. Bye,
Yes.
everyone.
Ciao, ciao.
Jason, hit him with the outro.
yee.
Yo, you gotta leave the yee ending.